We normally go on vacation to have fun or relax, but how many times has the planning of the trip caused some problems with maybe you and your significant other, kind of defeating the whole purpose, right? Well, our relationship expert, Kat Roby, is going to save us before summer vacation actually gets here. And I know others out there are saying, yeah, this time last year
right
was a bit of a problem. Let's maybe not recreate that this year.
Yeah.
Because what really is kind of making it such a challenge?
Wow. Okay. Well, there's lots of coordination, right? So, I mean, you're thinking about the kids' schedules, your schedules. Maybe it involves, well, it definitely involves resources that you need for other things. You need your time to be able to do, whatever projects or work that you have lined up already. Getting the kids lined up with what they're going to do for the summer, if they're going to a camp, or is your vacation going to be something for everyone in the family? It takes money. So, I mean, like all of that just, there's like big ways of thinking about it in terms of our resources and time. Money and time are two huge stressors for people. Even though this is a really fun thing that they're planning, it's like, how are all of these people that are involved, whether it's the entire family, a couple, whatever it looks like, how are they going to get what they need out of this vacation when all of their resources are being used? It's all of the family money and time. And so, yeah, it can get a little bit crazy, and making sure that everyone gets kind of what they want out of the experience of the summer.
Is it good to maybe go in with some, I guess, like pre-planning or some ground rules, I guess, on how to navigate through all of that? Because you're right, budget, time, where are we even going to go? It all is sneakily going to make us argue somehow.
Yeah.
So how do we kind of tackle that, you know what I mean, without it turning into a thing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's a lot of things to consider. One is that it would be nice if everyone was actually honest about what they want. So some people think they can't ask for what they want, and then they kind of hold back and have a resentment about it, and then there's an argument because they're making assumptions about whether or not they could even ask for what they want. Sometimes the amount of time that you have available as a family will help you make some of the decisions, right? So if you have 3 days, a trip to Europe may not be the best idea, but maybe doing something closer to home, or maybe having a discussion about whether family time is going to be about seeing extended family. That might be the only time that you have to go visit grandparents or aunts and uncles, and that might not be what your partner is wanting. So I think being honest and having honest communication about it is at least a lead into being able to deal with some of those more solid features that will help to decide whether it's money or time. And sometimes you can incorporate a lot of things. Like if someone says, I really want a relaxing trip.
Yep.
I don't want to be running around sightseeing all the time. Well, maybe the other person does, so maybe you go to a place where you can do a day or two of that, but then you can relax for a couple of days doing something by a lake or a beach or whatever that looks like for that person.
Yeah.
So you can really do so much more if people are being upfront about what they really would like.
And that's me and my husband. He's the lay on the beach, I'm on vacation to not do anything. And I'm like, I want to go here and there and see this and eat that and everything. So we do the same. I think balance and compromise, I guess, is good words to go into it thinking about, because in reality, can we make everybody happy?
Not 100%. I mean, everybody's going to have a little portion, hopefully, of something that they want. But, the other thing I like about this is try to have the conversation all the time. Have dream conversations about places you'd love to visit or things that you'd love to do, whether it's as a family, as an individual, as a couple, so that, in the future, for this particular 5-day stint, we're going to be able to do X, Y, Z. But in the future, you can start thinking about what would it look like if we did this kind of trip, or we had this amount of time with family, or we went to this national park, or we went to Europe, all of those things. I think that that's not only great for planning purposes, but it's great for families to get to know each other and really appreciate what each of them likes, because within a family, everyone could be completely different.
Yeah.
And just on a communication level and a bonding level itself, it's such a cool conversation to say, hey, I heard you really want to go to Disney, for example. So let's plan to do something like that in the next 2 years. Let's figure that out. So, I mean, it can be kind of a flexible conversation, but in the right now of it, maybe, it's not going to fit for everybody.
So I think being, of course, communication, having a little bit of balance, and also maybe being realistic with your budget, realistic with your time, in which you can really crunch in there. Those kind of things will help smooth this process over.
Well, especially when you're on the trip, right?
Right.
Like build in extra time.
Yes.
For kids, they move a little slower. They might need a little more of a break, build in budgets for food and things like that. Think more than what you need so that you're ready for whatever pops up.
Perfect. That's the perfect thing to end on. Let everybody kind of soak that in. But if you guys need maybe a little bit more help, I'm interested in some professional relationship advice, give Kat a call. She's at 906-3392, or you can visit robycounseling.com. Thank you, Kat.